Lovely evening. It's going to be Hasi versus ZhuGeLiang, and we have ZhuGeLiang, the red Zerg player, here in the bottom right position on Deadwing, which is the map this is going to take place on. And his opponent, Le Barcode, or otherwise known as Hasi, is going to be the blue Protoss player in the top left. So we have a cross-position situation on our hands. And both players, for the time being, are just going to try and macro up a little bit. Overlords are going to be sent scouting in the clockwise direction first, and then probably the second one will be going with the counterclockwise direction. Let's take a little bit of a look at the rally points. Where is this rally to? There we go. Checks the bottom base, sort of. Probably just looking for the probes, not necessarily the base. And if no probes are found moving around here, then he'll make its way towards the top. At least this is what I think. It looks like no nexus before gateway, which sometimes happens in big maps. But considering the fact that Hasi has not scouted yet, he doesn't know where his opponent has spawned. Probably won't be doing just that, and he takes his gas. So far, a very standard opening for both guys. ZhuGeLiang opening with a pool first into a hatchery at 16 supply. Let's take a look if Liang takes a gas. Probably not. I would lean towards the 4-queen opening gasless on this map, because the distances between the bases are so big. And look at this! ZhuGeLiang actually took the third base as his first expansion, and probably is going to be taking this one at roughly 350 as his third base. So a quick 3-hatch before anything. These Zerglings are going to check for pylons and probes and whatnot, and afterwards this drone is just going to happily go ahead and build a base. And there we go. Next is going down at the same time, so 3-hatch pool, or pool double hatch against a 1-gas opening into an expansion. Now let's take a look and see if Hasi will be going ahead and following this up with additional gateways, or if he'll build a forge and maybe a Stargate, or what he wants to do. He has found where his opponent has spawned, so, and he knows by the timing of the third hatch that that's been down for a while. So he may just try and go for the 4 gates or 3-gate pressure and try to shut that down early. He still has a probe out on the map, which the Stalker handily has saved. And he can now begin to build pylons around the map if he so chooses. Another probe is going to venture forth, but no, it's going to be a Twilight Council, so it looks like it's going to be a DT opener. We don't have a forge down yet. 2 additional gateways to block this off. There's still, space where Lings could sneak past, and I gotta hand it to him. Hasi is doing his very best to deter ZhuGeLiang from scouting. Liang is running only off of 1 gas, has been mining only with 2 drones. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure if that's a mistake or if this is an intention. He already has the 100 gas required for the link speed, and probably he's going to be getting his lair with the next 100 gas. And there's the Dark Shrine we spoke about earlier. So we have a Dark Shrine that's not been scouted yet. I don't think it will be scouted in the near future, as that Overlord is coming in, but I don't know, maybe 1 warpin could solve the oh, he's going to see it. He's going to see it. That's not good. Sees the Twilight Council, and ZhuGeLiang, are you paying attention? Are you looking? Well, I don't know if he's looking, because he's got 3 Zealots inbound about to threaten the Queen at the 3rd base, and he has to concentrate his efforts on the defense. 28 Lings in production. Roach Warren only just now started, so maybe ZhuGeLiang, maybe he is reading this wrong. Maybe he thinks this is some kind of a 4-gate pressure. He has scouted with the Ling at the forefront. He saw the 2 gates, but nothing much else. Is he going to look? Is he going to look into the main base? I don't know if he is. This is ZhuGeLiang's vision we are following right now, and I don't know, man. I mean, he sees the Zealots, he sees the pylon, but does he see the DTs? Has he looked at the Dark Shrine there? He did start the lair. There are spore crawlers in place, so probably he has kind of an inkling as to what is coming. Question is, can he effectively deal with it? He doesn't have mobile detection yet, so if those DTs can manage somehow to bring down that spore crawler, ZhuGeLiang will be at their blade's mercy. It looks like he's going to split the DTs. They're not going to get much done if he splits them up like that. And I think this has been thwarted quite effectively. And very nice by Hasi to get out of there with those DTs and save both of them, not risking their lives needlessly. Meanwhile, he's getting a 3rd base, finally getting a forge. Now, having defeated or deflected the DT attack, ZhuGeLiang knows 2 things. A, there are not going to be quick upgrades coming up, so he knows he will probably be ahead on those if he actually had started them a little bit earlier. Only just now started the +1 for roaches and roach speed, and he's already, however, getting tunneling claws. Oh, wait, he's getting tunneling claws. He's not getting roach speed. That's a little bit weird. And he's not getting burrows, so maybe this was a misclick. Not entirely sure. Anyways, he has quite a bit of minerals and not enough gas, so maybe he wants to be expanding again, or maybe flooding Lings, but I think he took his gases a little bit too soon, too late to be of any value. There goes the Spire, so this could potentially develop into a Mutaswitch / base trade scenario. Or this is for Corruptors very early on. However, we don't have a robo facility down yet for the Protoss player. Looks like ZhuGeLiang wants to be, Hasi wants to go with the massive gateway explosion, blink, +2 attack. Is he going to notice the changeling? Yes, he does. He kills it. ZhuGeLiang has seen the upgrading forge. Let's see. Still no units in production. He is still producing only drones. Only 1 drone has been killed so far. Where's the 2nd DT? Oh, it's nowhere to be found. We have an Archon instead. I wonder how that Archon is going to fit through here, probably. Oh yeah, there's enough of a space for an Archon to fit through. There we go. So the blink is done, +1 is done, Robo is going down for the Protoss player, and +2 attack as well. Does he know about the 4th and 5th bases? He knows about the 4th, doesn't know about the 5th. Infestation Pit, first couple of mutas in production, and +1 carapace and glial reconstitution for the roaches. So, considering the lack of burrow, I think those tunneling claws may have been very well a mistake. Nice pylons being placed all over the place, and looks like Hasi wants to gun that 4th base, down. Doesn't know about the 5th one yet, but he is moving towards that location. Is he going to? Yeah, he should know. No, he doesn't. Wow, that's astonishing. Alright, where are those mutas at? Those mutas need to go and harass. Now look at what ZhuGeLiang is doing. He only built 6 mutas and then he stopped. So he's going to use these for harassment. However, there are cannons going up already, as he revealed his cards too early, and I think Hasi is going to be quite alright. This is a high number of roaches and lings, but there are Archons on the field. We have Blink, and we know what that does to Stalkers. They transform into immortal units, and they never die. And ZhuGeLiang is going to have his work cut out for him. Meanwhile, he's for sure going to lose that fourth base. Oh, but very bad force fields here and a very bad blink by Hasi, and this may force a recall from the Mothership Core. He's just losing units needlessly at this point. That was a very, very, very badly executed attack from the Protoss player. He could have won that battle, or at least trade a little bit more efficiently if he wanted to. He did pick up that fifth base, but ZhuGeLiang is still on a very comfortable 4-base economy. He does have a rather nice income in terms of gas, so he can keep on producing Mutalisks if he wants to. I doubt he wants to. It's just that he can, and that's certainly a threat that his Protoss opponent will have to keep in mind. And these Mutalisks already killed 14 probes. 13, excuse me, one was killed beforehand. But still, 13 probes being killed by only 6 Mutalisks, that is astonishing. And now we have those roaches moving in, and the army size is double that of the Protoss player. There are no Immortals in sight. This could very well be the end of Hasi, or at least it will leave him severely crippled to make any attempt at leveling the playing field later on. There is the one Immortal that's going to try to make a stand, being targeted down immediately almost. Roach is maintaining a nice concave here, and yeah, the Stalkers are falling one by one. More warpings happening over here, but Hasi does not quite have enough gas to warp in more. And I think the supplies are kind of telling you where this is headed towards. 14 army supply to 80. And more reinforcements streaming in. On top of that, we have Enduring Locusts being researched and 8 Swarm Hosts in production. Complete and total annihilation occurring at the third base of the Protoss player as he leaves the premises. I think GGs are not too far away from being typed. ZhuGeLiang just reading into the game perfectly and playing very wisely. And he will for sure move on to the round of 8 of the tournaments today, making it to the quarterfinals and being able to play the best of 3s. Now he's just comfortably going to pull back. He already has 8 Swarm Hosts and 13 more are on the way. And this is probably going to be the end of Hasi, as, well, he doesn't really have any means to defend versus these Locusts. He doesn't even have an observer out on the field, even though he does have a robo facility. Now he... oh, those are change trades. Okay. So ZhuGeLiang just probing ahead, and now Hasi sees the Locusts, and he's going to be cursing his decision making during the previous battle, where he lost the majority of his forces pretty much for free. And even the +3 attack is not going to help him too much, as, well, what you can't see, you cannot kill. Uses the one pylon, probably will lose the next one, as these lings are just kind of waypointed. Yep. ZhuGeLiang finds the pylon, takes out the third base once more. There's the observer, but at this point in time, there's just too many Locusts. And ZhuGeLiang, honestly, he's got so many resources banked up. Even if he loses these Locusts, he can just remax on Mutalisks, and they will have +2 attack in a couple of minutes. I don't think it's even going to come to that, as these Blink Stalkers are falling one by one very quickly, losing their lives for the Golden Armada. And although the Protoss player is persistent, maybe if he valued his units as much as he does value them now, where there's only few left, he would not have found himself in such a situation. But, you know, this is what being careless gets you, pretty much. This should be it. The Mutas are flying in, supporting the Locusts and the Lings on the ground, and there's the GG.